if I'm doing the anterior glide, I'm coming towards myself. All right, so this was one where we're not really going to be having gravity help us too much, but it's a radius, so we're probably going to be okay with that. So again, I want to stabilize the humerus, and now it's really important to palpate the radial head. And on the back, you're going to feel a bump. You like my anatomic terminology? On the back, there's a bump. Confirm that that's the radial head by pronating and supinating the patient. And what should you feel if you're in the right place? Right, you should feel it spinning under your finger. Okay, great, I'm on the radial head. Then I have to come anteriorly, and you're going to be surprised how medial it is and how deep it is. Okay, and the patient is going to be unsurprised by how much uncomfortable it is when you find it. And then when you rotate again, I can feel it on both sides. So now I know I'm on the radial head. But I do not want to mobilize her by poking it because she's not enjoying this right now. So once I find it, I need to flatten out my hand, okay, and make that a whole lot more comfortable with her, for her. And then I'm going to stabilize her humerus, and to mobilize anteriorly, I'm just going to pull it towards me. And that's not so bad for the patient. That's not real uncomfortable for them because I'm using a lot of fingers. It's a big surface area, and it's just not as tender. As I try to go posteriorly, I'm going to have a tendency to want to poke her, which is not going to be pleasant. So you really have to concentrate on keeping your finger flat, and if you need to, use your thenar and hypothenar eminence. The problem with doing that is you don't have much fine motor skill and fine motor, what's the word I want to say, like feeling. So I'm not as good like to assess that way, but if I was going to treat, that's not bad because I can do it for a while. It's not nearly as uncomfortable for her, but to assess, I really pretty much, I'm just going to make her uncomfortable because then I can feel it good. I'm not going to do it long, and that's it, okay? But again, I'm not going to do a couple minutes that way. I'm going to come in here if I wanted to treat her.